Okay, hi everybody. Interesting. I will definitely have to look for that, Weed Man. I'm pretty sure that that the place where I went to find the CBD probably has Delta 8. Interesting. My microphone seems to be working better than it did last time I was streaming. I'm not going to complain. I am just going to roll with it. Is the music too loud? Because it looks like it might be. Please let me know.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Hi, Alexa. Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. Hi. It's not too loud? Okay, cool. All right. I just want to make sure. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight, we are going to, hello, Perky, how are you? Okay, so we are going to make some liver and onions, and then we are going to use up our leftovers of the, what did I make? The carnivore mashed potatoes. So we're going to have liver and onions, mashed potatoes, and some steamed broccoli. That is dinner. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. There's only 5 of you here, so I can be honest with you. I'm broke right now. I have $20 in my bank account, and JD just lost his job. Well, he lost his job last week. So this has been a week of going through the freezer. Ooh, do I, bud or hash or crystals. Crystals have been my thing lately. Because I have my own little, pipe or whatever. So, yeah, Alexa, it's really, really sucked. But that's good to know, Weed Man. Okay, you've been pretty, okay, so you get me, right? My mom is forever stocked with frozen food. Because I think I told you guys this before, she does dinners at her local church. And there will be times where she will be asked to cook for an event, and then for some reason the event gets canceled, and then they have all this food that they need to get rid of. So between her and some of the other older ladies in the group, they'll split up the leftovers and stick them in their freezer for next time. And then sometimes next time never comes. So I went over and I raided her freezer yesterday. But in order to make room for the stuff that she gave me, I have to eat some of the stuff that we've got now. Oh noes. Hence liver, carnivore mashed potatoes, and broccoli. She did give me the broccoli. So we just got to make it until Thursday. That's all. And my friend is coming down. So Thursday, I will be cooking again. I will be speed running dinner. Yeah, that's her thing. She will scold me if I go shopping for stuff that she already has in her freezer. So she will never complain about me coming and getting all that stuff out. So Thursday, I am speed running dinner, and I can tell you what I'm making. I will be making kabocha squash soup and shokupan ham and cheese grilled sandwiches. So that is what you can expect for Thursday. And I'm going to be going more or less as quick as I can. We'll see how that goes because I will start streaming and my friend is going to be in my room on a video call. So he's been asked to represent our old seminary during a talk. So he's going to be in there. So I'm going to try to behave. Wait, which part, Lexa? Where did I confuse you? I'll back up and I'll explain. I'm sorry. I have a tendency to do that, and I do apologize. I will try to behave. I'm going to try not to be too loud. The last thing that, he needs is to have somebody yelling in the background. The door's going to be closed, but still. Y'all know I can get kind of loud when I want to be. So I'm going to try to behave. Anyway. Oh, did Kitty walk in the room? Oh, baby girl walked across the room. Okay, yes. The kombucha and the type of okay. Kombucha, kombucha, I believe that is the correct word for it, is different from kombucha, which is the drink. Kombucha is a squash. Like literally it's a little like pumpkin-y squash, little bitty pumpkin squash. And it is diabetic friendly. Saw that coming like a freight train. So I'm going to be taking that pumpkin and combining it with like some heavy cream and some chicken stock and whatever else I can throw in there so it can feed 3 people. Y'all know JD can eat like nobody's business and that he's built like a linebacker. Alexa, I love you. My friend isn't quite that big, but he has a pretty good appetite too, although he's been trying to cut back on the amount that he eats because he's taken to running and that sort of thing. So he's trying to watch his weight. But it's still got to be enough for 3 people, 2 men and 1 me. So there's the kombucha squash, and then the shokupan ham and cheese grilled sandwich. Shokupan is basically milk bread. So I don't know if you've ever had a sandwich from like a Chinese bakery or anything like that, but they have this really soft, kind of sweet white bread that's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. And if it's made fresh, it only lasts for 3 or 4 days. Don't ask me how I know this. I learned it the hard way. So, exactly. Hashtag moist milk bread. I have made milk bread myself, but I didn't want to do that this time. I'm going to go to the local Chinese bakery and buy a loaf. That way everybody gets, I think it's a sandwich and a half. Oh, I was so upset. I bought the bread last week thinking it would last until my friend got here. No. I was so wrong. As PGG would say, nay. It spoiled on me. I looked at the loaf and I saw all these green and blue dots. I was like, really? Yes, please. Yes, Bob. I will stuff my face with it. I am all about the garlic Japanese milk bread. Heck yes. So I'm going to buy it the day my friend flies in. This is exactly what I needed, right? So my friend flies in on Thursday. JD's going to go pick him up. I'm going to have my car because I'll still be at work. On my way home, I'm going to hit up the store, buy some groceries, and get the last of the things that I'm going to need, which includes the bread and the ham for these sandwiches. I'm bringing home the heavy cream. We already have chicken stock, so we'll be good. If my friend starts his call at 7, that's when I start stream, he'll probably be off by 8 or 9. My goal Yes, yes, there is. Lie, you are right. It's a brand new punching bag and it belongs to JD. So you are not wrong. Yeah, and I'm gonna try and get the good ham. I'm gonna, it's gonna be payday. I'm gonna try and get some deli ham, sliced fresh, so we can have good ham and cheese sandwiches. I already got Tillamook for the cheese, so. But yeah, so my goal is going to be done within an hour and a half. Last unicorn, tell the Castro family I said, mwah! Love all of them. Especially Miss Relly. Love her. And the chairman is a glorious, glorious human being. But we knew this. Anyway. So yeah, this should be the best part about this dinner is that it is relatively quick. I've already done most of the prep. And it's good. If I season the soup properly and I take my time and grill the sandwiches like low and slow so the cheese melts, it's gonna be amazing. And what's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna make the food, I'm gonna end the stream, my friend and I are gonna eat, and JD is gonna be caught up in the middle of something else. So I'm gonna just leave his food in the kitchen. Anyway. Because that's basically what happened last time. The last time, it won't let me. Oh, really? Okay, Weedman, here's what you do, right? You're on my Discord. DM me on Discord. Hi, little mama. We were just talking about what I plan on making on Thursday. By the way, y'all, I get to chill a little bit tonight because JD is in San Jose right now. So I don't have to rush. Uh-oh. Ooh, weed man. If you have to DM one of the mods, you can DM Lil Mama or whisper Lil Mama. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. That's weird, weed man. Because, yeah, you're right. You have messaged me on Twitch before. I don't understand why it's being odd. Don't get it. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened last time. When I speed ran dinner, I don't know if y'all remember this, I made chopped cheese sandwiches. And, my friend was over and I wanted to make sure he got to eat. And I made sandwiches in the whole 9 yards and he was asking me questions after stream, which I thought was awesome because we both love to cook. He has less time than I do though. And he's like, how did you get it to be so crispy? How did you get it to fall, come apart, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, let me tell you, right? So that's what I did. I speed ran dinner, so I'm going to try and do that again on Thursday. We'll see what happens. And I ended stream. He and I sat down. I told JD dinner was ready. He said, okay, I'll be there in a minute. We ate our sandwiches. We had our drinks. We had a little talk. And then we left the table. And then 10 minutes later, JD came out. Anyway. Oh, that's why. Thank you, Lil Mama. I did not know that. I should be able to turn that off in my settings, right? Anybody know where I go? Yeah, JD's dinner was cold, but he's cool with that. So I'm just like, he's already messaged me and said, hey, so I'm going to be home late tonight. I'm in San Jose. Just save me a plate of whatever. I'm like, okay, if you don't mind cold liver and onions and mashed potatoes. Okay, we can do that. We can do that, weed man. Let me see what I can do. Okay. Sorry, brain not working. I got you. Yeah, I guess so, but my my liver and onions is fried and then braised, for lack of a better description. But if he is okay with trying to heat up a braised thing, then that's cool. Let's see. Ooh. Bob, I'm trying that next time because I have more liver. I have a 4-pack of liver. I am ready. Of course, the other 2 are kind of frozen. But the point is, I'm making that happen. Okay, Weed Man, I did just whisper you on Twitch. No. Yes. Cheers to the lounge, y'all. Okay, so if y'all don't know who Bob is, you need to know who Bob is. Bob is a glorious human being, first of all. Let me get that out the way. Bob is amazing. And Bob went to culinary school. Bob is a chef. Like, not just people call him chef, like Bob actually did time in the kitchen and went to school and stuff. You should check out Bob. Bob doesn't do too many cooking streams nowadays, but his DJ skills are on point. Bob, okay, I gotta tell you a story. You will find this particularly amusing. Okay, nice, Lexa. I'm glad you got your stuff filled. I got 2 prescriptions filled today. I still need to go pick them up. I need to do it. Hold on. The Karmic Bob. There you go. Go check out Bob. Bob is amazing. We love Bob. Bob taught me that you can broil a burger in a pie pan under the broiler in the oven, and it's amazing. It's a really good burger. I'm just saying. Bob got skills. So, Bob, there is a Twitch streamer that I love watching. He is a Catholic priest, and, oh crap. Okay, ad break in progress. Bob, I don't know if you can still hear me. Hopefully y'all can still read the subtitles. Somebody let me know. Can you see the subtitles? Please tell me. Because I don't know. Okay. Lexa can still see them. I don't know if Bob can see them. So maybe I should wait. It's less than a minute. I can be patient. In the meantime, I'm going to groove to the music here. Yeah, I should wait for Bob. So the music that you're hearing right now is Flavor Trip. And I've talked about them before. They're the cutest couple on the planet. JD and I want to be like them. They do sets, like DJ sets, and they cook, which is so cool. But anyway, we bought shirts from them, so. Okay, ad break is over. Here we go. We're back. Okay, so Bob, there is a Catholic priest who is also a DJ. And I love listening to his sets because all of his music is clean. Like, I don't know where he finds clean versions of, you know, Icona Pop's I Love It. You need to get your bottle from the other room. Wise decision. So, yeah, they are kind of ridiculous, Lexa. I get you. So, so he's playing these clean versions of these songs, and it's really great because I'm thinking about, you know, maybe playing some of his music in the background and promoting him that way, that kind of thing. And I'm listening to his music, and he's playing all these, you know, R&B hits and blah, 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 blah. You can tell he's a Gen Xer. It's really easy. And then he starts playing Evelyn Champagne King's Love Come Down. So for those who don't know, this song is about getting aroused, okay? That is what it means to make a woman's love come down, okay? You get her hot and bothered, okay? I don't think he knew that. Exactly, Bob. Bob, just right there. Hashtag moist. That's what it is. And I'm kind of going, do I tell him? Should I say something? Lexa, to be fair, that phrase was around like in the 60s and 70s. To be fair. You heard it every once in a while in the 80s, usually in somebody's hip-hop and R&B song that would make a reference to it. LL Cool J's I Need Love, he mentions it. But it's so quick that if you don't know what the term means, it'll go right by you. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to shut up right now. I'm just going to not. I really honestly think he did not know. I really think he didn't know. Exactly, Bob. Exactly. Or going down. I'm going down. Yeah, that would had more than one. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, I thought that was really funny, and I was just like, Hungry Like the Wolf. Oh my God, that song, dude. Okay, to this day, that song reminds me of a particular boyfriend, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyways, yeah, hello. A friend compared you to 2 video game waifus last night. Aww, that's cute. If you've ever seen the video, you will have a pretty good idea as to why this reminded me of a particular boyfriend. But then again, that's all I'm going to say about that. That relationship did not last nearly as long as it should have. Anyway. Whoops. Okay. Here we go. All right. Don't mind me, y'all. I nearly dropped my keyboard. Yeah. Wait. Speaking of Monsignor Jade, hold on. Bob, I gotta tell you what happened to me at the clergy retreat. You're gonna love this one. You ready? So I had this idea for something that our staff could do to, you know, promote Evergreen. And I called my boss over. And so we're sitting in this sort of circle, and it's kind of break time, and, you know, there are other Evergreen people around us or whatever. And I call my boss over. I'm like, hey, I have a proposal. And he chuckled. He laughed at me, and he goes, yeah, you know, I'm married, but sure, let's hear it anyway. I started laughing. And the other folks who didn't catch the first half of what I said were like, what did she say? Why is he talking about being married to this woman who's here without her husband? So my poor boss had to explain the joke. I felt bad for him. Within our staff, it's you know, it's a thing, and we can joke like that with each other. But I've met his wife, by the way, and she is like the sweetest thing. Exactly, Bob. Exactly it. Ooh, here's another fun fact. I'm sorry, y'all. Because JD is not here and I am not in a rush to cook, this is why I get to like sit down and talk to you guys for a minute. I hope you don't mind. There are 13 people, 15 people in here. I guess y'all don't mind. So, so here's something interesting, right? Okay. If you are in this chat right now, it is safe to say that you know who Mr. Rogers is. You probably grew up watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when you were a kid. You rarely mind. Okay. You know, you remember the Land of Make-Believe. You remember Mr. McFeely, the mailman. You know, you remember King Friday, all of that, right? So, the trains. I remember the trains. Oh my goodness, I remember that. Okay. So some of you may or may not know that Mr. Rogers was a Presbyterian minister. What you might not have known is that Mr. Rogers was introduced to television when he came home from college one year. His parents had bought a brand new black and white TV. He was not down with the TV when he was first introduced to it, but he quickly realized that this is a way to reach people. See, there you go. See, some people might have known that he was a minister, some might not, right? But he realized it was a way to reach people. And then he started learning about edutainment, right? Where you would, you know, things like Sesame Street. And he went, wait a minute, this is a way to reach kids. If we can teach kids basic, positive concepts. Yeah, I know, right, Bob? Then maybe we can get them to grow into good people. We can teach them things like using their imaginations, how to, you know, be confident, how to treat other people, things like that. This is a wild concept. I could do something with this. Mr. Wizard. Oh God, I miss Mr. Wizard so much. That's how I really understood the concept of Roy G. Biv, but I digress. So, you know, throughout his life, again, he was an ordained minister, but as far as I know, and I could be wrong, he never did time in a church. He was ordained, but I don't believe he ever served a church. So his ministry was talking to the FCC about edutainment, getting things like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on the air, working with other companies to get this concept, you know, up and running. And he had more than one idea. You know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was not the beginning. Does that sound like anybody else you know? You know, the whole idea of a media realizing it can reach people, not having to say a thing about your faith, but kind of having it evident if people actually watch you and pay attention. Just saying. I'm just saying. Thank you, little mama. My goodness, that's beautiful. Oh, wow. Wow, thank you. So the person who wrote this article about Mr. Rogers and his lessons, basically, and the way he lived his life and did his ministry, really rang a bell with me. And their argument was, Mr. Rogers may not become a canonized saint because A, he's not Catholic, and B, there are no miracles and he doesn't meet all the requirements, but he can still be considered a saint. A lesser saint, but a saint. And I'm like, that's amazing, little mama. You know what? I agree with every word. That is you. To a T. Yes. Jeff Smith had some issues, shall we say, which kind of taints his legacy, but you are right. He was an ordained minister, and he did use food and cooking as part of his ministry. So, yeah, so that was his argument. Mr. Rogers should be considered a lesser saint because of these things. And I'm like, that's basically me in another time-space continuum. What? All hail Saint Fred. I am down with that. Yes, and Bob, I have one too. He touches on food across America. To his credit, he did a whole section on Native American foods. And one of the things that he said is that he regrets that Native Americans are not recognized the way that they should be, both by their food and by their culture and their contribution to the Americas as we know now. So I will give him that. I will give him that. All hail Saint Fred. I am here for it. Cheers to Saint Fred. Patron saint of, I know, right, Bob? Exactly. Corn, squash, beans, what? What did he say? Patron saint of children's education and imagination. I think that's what he said it was. I'm down. I'm in. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, y'all. I have yacked enough. Patron saint of positivity. I am here for it. Okay. I have yapped enough. Let me get to work. That was also an excuse for me to sit down for a while. Okay. So, I am using our last onion. I hope JD doesn't get mad at me. We have plenty of garlic, though. We have one shallot, so that might be a saving grace. I will take that, Lexa. I will absolutely take that. Y'all, I got my stitches out today. My surgery went well. The physician's assistant who took the stitches out told me I healed very well, and I am totally okay with that. Yep, I'm fine. The only side effect that I had was after the surgery, they gave me hydrocodone and acetaminophen, like a mix. And my body did not like that at all. Yeah. I tossed my cookies, my dinner was gone, I had a fever and chills, it was bad. So I had to get off that, and I decided to take a leave instead, which worked 10 times better. Oh no, that sucks, Bob. Wait, is that what Percocet is, Lexa? Basically, what was it, Vicodin and aspirin? Oh, I didn't know that. That actually explains a lot then. So, I will note that. Okay, me and Percocet do not get along. And it's funny, the doctor's assistant took a note of that, but I don't think the physician's assistant even addressed it. Really, little mama? Oh, that sucks. Acetaminophen and oxycodone. Okay. Oxycodone or hydrocodone, or are they the same thing? I don't know. Oop. Okay, we're pausing. There's oxycodone and oxycodone, okay? Now, I was taking hydrocodone. So I don't know if that's the same thing or not. The folks suffering from chronic pain will probably be able to set me straight on this. Okay, oxycodone is mixed with Tylenol. Okay. So I'm guessing hydrocodone then is something different. Oxycodone. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So I have my onion sliced up. Let me put this in a bowl. I'm pretty sure that the last couple of surgeries, I had either oxycodone or hydrocodone, just that. Interesting. Okay, so that's Percocet. Okay. So like I said, maybe hydrocodone is something different. Okay, onions can go over here. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually, Bob. God, they're so cute. I love this couple so freaking much. How dare they be so adorable? All right, we're going to the flavor trip mixes. All right, so we have some flour. We're going to season the crap out of said flour. I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to use some Lowry seasoned salt. And I'm going to use the rest of this oil. Actually, I'm going to shallow fry this. What, pray tell, is your thought, Bob? Ooh, did not know this. Okay, so I am just going to add some seasoned salt, a lot of seasoned salt to this. That's deep, Bob. That is super, super deep. All right. So we've got seasoned salt, we've got pepper. That's really all we need. Now I'm just going to mix this up. So chat, I need some opinions. I am debating whether or not I want to do a fundraiser. So I've mentioned this before, but I plan on going to Glasgow, Scotland in August. Ooh, I want to hear about the sermon, Bob. Thing is, I'm going to need money to go. I want to do a fundraiser, but to be fair, I don't know if I'm going to have an opportunity to really stream, since the whole point of me going is to work that convention. So what do you guys think? Should I go ahead and do a fundraiser? Or should I just go it on my own? Thank you, Bob. You're so considerate. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What kind? I don't know, Lexa. That's the thing. I mean, I could just do a standard, oh, hey, I'm cooking, give me money stream? I don't know. Do a costume stream? whatever, I don't know what people would be interested in seeing. Okay, here are our big pieces of liver. Like I said, I got my stitches out. Oh, you're so sweet, Lexa. Thank you. I got my stitches out. The physician's assistant said, okay, you can get this wet now, just don't soak it. Ooh, good point, Bob. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Thank you. I had not even thought of that as an option. But yeah, I decided to wear a glove anyway. Twitter, another excellent idea. So I need to come up with some ideas. Okay, so oil is heating, flour is ready. I'm going to very lightly season these because the flour is already seasoned. Don't worry, Bob. I don't think you offended anyone. I think you're fine. Also, here's another thing. Do any of you want to hear any of my sermons? I had a spot where people could go to listen to my sermons, but that's been shut down. If y'all are interested, I will figure it out. Oh, okay, Church of Christ. I know those people. Ooh. Started with a statement. Wow. That's wild. It's so true, though. He was so right. Yeah, I can totally see why it would blow you away. There you go. There you go, Bob. I love it. Okay, so liver has been seasoned. And now I get to dunk this in the flour. Make sure it gets covered. I know there are plenty of folks that are not liver fans, but this is how my mom used to make liver at home. Yep. Right there with you, Alexa. Right there with you. Okay, I think the oil is hot enough. Okay, and then this piece. Yep, now I understand, Bob. Mm-hmm. Remind me to introduce you to the Great Scott Lexicon, which is available online. You're fine, Lexa. You got this. Okay, so the liver is going to cook now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to dump the onions into this mix. So here's a question that I think the whole Mr. Rogers discussion answered for me. For a while, so during my ordination, the final defense of my paper, for lack of a better description, I was told I need to read more theology and that I needed to be more high Christianity. So my thing is, okay, more theology, that's fine. But is reading more theology for me to expand my horizons, in which case, okay. Or is it so that I can use it in my discussions to the people that I serve, which I don't think is going to help me much? Both. Maybe that's it. Because for most of you guys, those of you who are watching me right now, I don't talk much about theology. I do not quote Walter Brueggemann. I do not quote Diogenes or Athanasius or there's a bunch of other ones. I don't quote them. Mass appeal. I have not. Apparently, this is something that needs to happen in my life. So I do not quote theologians. And I know of many, and I have read from many, all the way from millennials up through, silent generation and beyond. And the reason I don't do that is because that's not why you guys came here. Oh, poor Bob. Poor Bob. Okay, I'm gonna shut up till Bob comes back. I can wait, y'all. It's fine. Everything's fine. No need to apologize, Bob. No need. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get my plate ready, and I'm going to get out a fork. And I'm going to flip my liver. Okay, I'm going to put my little forky bit over here. I'm going to put a little water in this pan because this is where I'm going to steam the broccoli. Okay. All right, and we're back. Okay. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, y'all. I'm sorry. I forgot. Well, flip my liver. Somebody remind me what I was talking about. Mass appeal, yes. Mass appeal and Jack Lemmon. Okay, yes, this is something that needs to happen in my life. But yeah, it's that whole idea of, okay, is this actually going to be useful for anybody but me? You guys don't come here to hear me spout theology, or high Christianity for that matter. Y'all are here because you like me and you want to see more of me. I have no problem with this, by the way. And, you know, get a little bit of pastoral motivation if you need it, which is fine. Okay, so you notice this liver did not take very long to cook. That was all part of the plan. Thank you, Lexa. Hello, Mama, you're killing me. Okay. So now we have a bunch of oil in this pan. And what we're going to do now is we are going to throw these onions that I just cut and tossed in flour in here. Cook them for a little bit. And then we add the liver back and just cook it slowly. Wow. Yeah, Bob, that's deep. I like that. I really do. But yeah, I mean, I could go high Christianity, but again, if you are here for pastoral motivation, you're not here for that. I could tell you, you know, God will make a way for you, have faith, believe, you know, if it doesn't work out, that means it wasn't, you know, God didn't mean it to be. No, if you are going through some stuff, that's not going to help you at all. So my goal is to do something that is practical and useful. But Bob does have a point. If I need to connect with people who are on that wave, then I need to be able to speak their language. What I've been gathering from this whole Mr. Rogers conversation, though, is that maybe that's not where my helpfulness is. Maybe that is not where I need to be as far as looking for assistance, looking for funds, looking for support. Maybe I need to look elsewhere. Because it sounds like that's kind of what Mr. Rogers did. Yeah, see, exactly, Lexa. All right. So, stage 2. Let me wash off this cutting board. The liver is almost ready to be put back into its pot. Bob, I really like that concept of grief, and I am very interested to see how they address that. Very, very much so. And I do live, or I try to live my life with the idea that given another opportunity to do what I did in one situation, I would absolutely do it the same way because I'm okay with the results. That's a really good thing to think about. You know what, Bob? I bet you're right. I would be kind of shocked if there wasn't. And really, I haven't made an African or Southern dish in a long time, especially not for Black History Month. So I'm going to count this one. Let's see. Speaking of which, there we go. Yeah, I'm betting you're right. All right, let me get out my spatula. couple in question is now eating their dinner and they just moved on to another video. All right. Okay. The broccoli won't take very long, like a couple of minutes. I'm a little annoyed. Ooh, yes, the grindstone. One of the greatest inventions of humanity. I agree. Okay, this is why I couldn't find the right lid, y'all. I'd washed it. Oh, and while we're waiting, I'm gonna brown these onions a little bit and then put the liver in. Do y'all want to see my latest experiment? We'll see if it makes me sick. It hasn't been an hour yet. But I did some experimenting. Ooh, I should wash this knife. So let me know if you want to see my latest experiment. Oh, Bob wants to see. I'm hoping it won't make me sick, Lexa. The thing is, it's fermented. And I fermented it longer than I won't say that I should have, but than is normally recommended. I'll put it that way. So here's what I made. Let's see if I can find it. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay. How many people know what natto is? Put / in the chat if you know what Japanese natto is. Yes, Pook. Liver and onions. And I make it good, too. Bob. Okay, I'm talking to you. See, you're an exception. I am safely convinced that 90% of the stuff that I mention, you're going to know what the heck I'm talking about. Missed you too, Pook. Welcome back, my dear. Okay, so natto, Lexa, is a fermented bean. So it is a fermented soybean, to be precise. So they take these soybeans. Uh-oh. Alexa, stop. Stop. There you go. Sorry, I set off my AI. So it is made of soybeans. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's always listening, man. It's always listening. Anyway, so you get these fermented beans, and they take these soybeans and they put them in a container, and then they add a particular type of bacteria. Are links allowed? I believe so, Bob. And they put it in an environment to allow this bacteria to grow. And that's the link. Long story short, that is what natto is. When you buy natto, it's usually, a bunch of beans. I agree with you, little mama. It's usually a bunch of beans, and what you traditionally do is you stir it. They have kind of, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. They're slimy, okay? They're slimy, they have strings that come off them. Thank you, Bacillus subtilis. That is the bacteria in question. So when it's done properly, the beans are slimy. They have strings that come off them. You take your chopsticks and you mix them up really good, and then they become kind of mucousy and slimy. Thing is, natto happens to be really, really good for diabetics. I don't know what it is about slimy food. Natto mountain yam, okra, all of that stuff. It's great for diabetics. I don't get it. So most people, there are many ways to eat natto. Folks in Japan will put them on toast, literally, exactly, a very high level of funk / umami. They'll put them on toast, they'll eat them over rice, a little bit of soy sauce, that kind of thing. My favorite way of eating natto is with, let's see, I like mine over keto rice with a raw egg. Like, I heat up the rice, I throw a raw egg in, I stir it really quickly so that the raw egg gets cooked. Yes, that is how you eat it. Green onion and miso soup, Bob is right, all of that. So there are, again, many different ways of eating natto. I like I said, I like mine with keto rice, which is basically like a keto pasta, a raw egg, and with seaweed. And natto from the store usually comes with like a little packet of mustard. I like putting in the mustard, and it's really good. So what I'll do is I'll mix all that together. See, Pook knows. I'll mix all that together, and then when it's hot, I will scoop it and put it in a piece of that, the seaweed that comes in little tiny sheets that you can just stuff in your mouth. I will put it in there and eat it like that. And it's really good. I have been eating that for breakfast for the past week and a half. So I was like, that is true. You could put it in egg drops. Ooh, that's a good idea, Bob. So I was like, hey, let me try making my own natto. I just want to see if I can do it. And I did. The natto isn't quite, it said poop instead of poke. Wow. Thanks, closed captioning. So this is what I made, and I'm going to show you guys a bit of these are lupini beans that I made from dried. I had regular natto, the soybean version. I added half a packet of them to the lupini beans, and then I used my my Instapot. Okay, that's cute. I used my Instapot to just kind of incubate them for 2 days. You're only supposed to go to a day, but I went to 2 days because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. And I don't know if y'all can see this. Actually, I'll bring it over here. Okay, you see those strings? They're supposed to be a lot more slimy than this, but I will take that. And really, when I watched the recipe, the guy who did the recipe only used like 1/4 of a packet. Lex, it's supposed to be even slimier than this. That's the thing. He only used 1/4 of a packet. I used half. And I'm glad I did, because this would have been a mess. So yeah, these are gonna stay in my fridge for a bit, at least for a day, and then I plan on eating them the way I would the regular natto. I have like 4 containers of regular natto, so I should probably work through that first. So yeah, made my own natto. Pretty cool, huh? And then I have a whole container of regular unfermented lupini beans that I'm going to do some experimentation with. What I might do is try something like lupini beans and kale. if we have any kale left over, like lupini bean and kale stew. So I just added a whole bunch of water in there. I'm gonna add a little extra seasoning in here and hope I don't oversalt it. You know what, Poke? Here's what was supposed to happen and didn't quite happen. JD and I were supposed to make kimchi with John Leung. Unfortunately, long story short, John got very sick and had to go to the hospital, and he was there for like a couple of days. So we were not able to do it. JD has made kimchi before. Here's a fun fact about me. I have cousins who are half black, half Korean. So when he was experimenting with kimchi, he sent them a container full. My boy cousin thought it was fabulous. His only complaint was that it was on the spicy side. So yeah, JD went a little too hard with the gochujang, but that's okay. Oh, your BFF is Korean? Okay, see, even better. Okay, so I have added water. I have made sure that there's gravy. This is now a gravy texture, okay? And I might add some extra water. I think I will add some extra water in here. Because now, the goal is to cook this down. And to cook it down in such a way that the liver becomes tender. By the time I'm done, it should be tender enough to cut with a fork. That is the goal. If it is not fork tender, it stays in there until it gets to fork tender. On the two spices, exactly, Pook. Razor, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay, so that's done. Cheers, y'all. Pook, if you need to go to bed, go to bed. I had a longish sort of day myself, y'all. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I am on a performance improvement plan at work. I usually don't do well at these, like, I end up losing my job anyway. But I will put it this way, my boss is at least making a good show of trying to keep me. I have been having meetings with him. Good night, my dear. Yes, please plan your exit before you burn out. That's important. We've been having meetings every week. I've told him what I've done. He's given me suggestions for improvement, which is cool and all. What irritates me, however, is that the solutions, basically I ended up on this PIP because I hadn't completed one particular task, which I had asked for help for. I just thought I'd mention that more than once and had not gotten any feedback. So basically I was sitting there waiting for a response or for a solution that never came. Therefore, I was not doing work. That was part one. I know, Alexa, right? Exactly, Razor. Part two was that they thought I was watching YouTube. I was watching YouTube at work. Heavens. Actually, what was happening is I was watching or listening to study streamers. So, you know, I'm being distracted by somebody sitting at their desk, staring at their computer screen for 25 minutes at a time. Yeah, that's super distracting. So I was like, all right, cool. Whatever. So for part 1, I did find a solution. Now, what made me mad is that it took 6 months and this PIP for me to stumble on the solution. Nobody told me what it was. As for part 2, I got slick. I installed an extension that generates random pages, and you can program it to generate whatever type of random page you want. So since the solution to my problem had to do with Excel, I went to the Microsoft Excel site and entered in the URL of just about every page on the site. So I will pull up Twitch, I'll pull up the study streamers, who do Pomodoro, and I will cover it with this, with the page with the random, whatever, the random Excel info. So somebody decides to show up as a surprise and look at my screen. Oh, hey, here's something on how to create formulas in Excel. And there's a big fat Excel sheet right there. I'm obviously doing my work. I don't know how this is going to come out. I have 3 more weeks of this, but I have been able to show improvement every single time. For all I know, I could go through all of this. I could follow every single suggestion that he makes, and they still decide to let me go. Exactly, Razor. Pretty much. And I have done a little work with macros. So ideally, that's not going to take long. But yeah, so for all I know, that's how it's going to go down. If that's the case, cool. If not, whatever, I'll stay. But I am not enthused about staying. There are many things that I want from a job. I know, right, Bob? Seriously. Technically speaking, I'm 6 years away. I know, right, Lexa? Like yesterday. JD got a bite as far as a job lead. So there's that. Okay, y'all, I get to sit down now. I'm going to put the broccoli away, though. And I'm actually going to turn off the heat under this water because I can't do anything until the liver is fork tender. Hold on, Razor. Let me see what you were saying. Oh. Let's see. Hello, Sharp Square. How are you? Exactly, Razor. It's a way of pushing people out the door. It's fine. And at least he has a record of me making progress. So he cannot say I did not make progress. Companies can fire you for whatever, but this will not be because I didn't make progress. Whatever. That will not be a reason. Yeah, oof. That's a tough one, Razor. It's a tough one for everybody. I have lots of leads. I have lots of leads at major tech companies. But considering said tech companies are laying people off, and my friends have said, please don't apply here again, that's not helpful. What I've been told is to go ahead and apply for whatever it is, my dream job, whatever. Here's what I want to do, y'all. I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, Lexa, I used to, I told you guys, I used to work for Google as a contractor. I want to go back to Google because that was one of the most healing environments, work environments that I'd ever been in. And I'm still in touch with my old boss to this day. But my friends who still work there are like, don't go back. Don't do it. One of them got laid off. The other is just like, I am hanging on by a thread and I'm waiting for my department to get merged with another one and then to be laid off. Don't come back here. Just stay away, okay? Stay away. Oh, your little brother. Okay, see, there you go, Sharp. So here's what I want to do, among other things. I want to work for a company that does AI. I want to learn the documentation for it. Because if I can learn documentation for AI, maybe I can help figure out where the flaws are. Why it is so difficult to get it regulated. What can we do to speed up that process? Is it a flaw in how it's built? You know, is it simply a legal matter? But yeah, I want to learn more about it. Sometimes you have to ride the dragon to figure out how to control it. Ooh. That's not a bad idea, Bob. Exactly. That was one of the things that I was told, Sharp. AI is a big deal. So if you can find some way to get in, get in. I tried asking a Twitch streamer who was an AI programmer. He could not help me. I was a little sad. Okay, let me stop. Anyway. But, yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. JD has said I should learn something like Python. I need a good class to learn Python because I tried learning advanced HTML. Nope. When I write scripts, I learned how to write a script to convert double asterisks, like in my resume to bold, and then single asterisks into underlined. I did not write that myself. I copy pasted somebody else's script and tweaked it. Programming background, HTML, tinkering with HTML. That is more or less it. Good point, Razor. I have mostly been seeing requests for API. Okay, Bob's right. There are ads. I will shut up now or talk about something else. I keep forgetting about the freaking ads, man. Yeah. Sharp, my biggest issue is that I need time to study. Since JD no longer has a job, he has the time. But he also doesn't have a job. So I still have a job, but I have no time, especially since people are shoulder surfing. Interesting, Razor. Huh. Learning Python isn't as difficult as advanced HTML. Okay. Markup languages are declarative, not programming. Did not know that. Thank you, Razor, for the clarification. I appreciate it. That's very helpful. And you know, I don't want to sacrifice my job in order to have the time, nor do I want to sacrifice the quiet time that I have at home in order to study, because that's a very quick path to burnout. I have to be careful. So I'm gonna wait for maybe another 10 minutes. When the gravy starts thickening again, I will check the oh my goodness. Okay, this is weird. Okay, I'm checking my... Okay, we're gonna stop here. And we are going to